All right, boys. This is going to be a quick one. Just want to give you some information real quick. It's been about a week since the decision that the live draft was going to stay in place, with the exception of a couple of guys that won't be there, that won't make it to the draft. They're going to Zoom in. All right. This is just going to be a quick video. I'm doing this on Zoom. I've been Zooming all freaking week, man. That's all we've done at school is Zoom, classroom, Zoom, everything. So I figured I might as well just keep it rolling. So this is first take. I'm going to let it roll, and hopefully I won't have you too long. But anyway, I just really want to make sure that you understand kind of how we're going to set everything up at the draft. I've played it over and over and over again in my mind to try to work out the logistics. Like, how is it going to work with people zooming in, people live, bids flying left and right? You know, it's a war room. We've all been there before. I want to make sure, especially with me being the auctioneer, I want to make sure that it runs as smooth as possible. And at the end of the day, that the guys that get bid on, the numbers legit, everybody spends what they want to spend, and there's no hiccups. All right, there probably will be, but I'm going to try to eliminate as many as possible with kind of how we're going to do it. All right. So first things first, on draft day, okay, we're going to wake up probably with a little bit of a headache, maybe some nausea, but you're probably going to not be feeling all that great. Take you some ibuprofen that night before, drink you some Gatorade, all right, and be ready to go, because I would love, actually, no, we are going to start at 11 o'clock at Ben's house, okay, 11 a.m. I just feel like we'll start the slideshow at 11. We get it cranked up right then. I think at the latest we're starting the draft by noon, probably earlier than that. I got a feeling this draft's going to take a little bit longer. Okay. So that gives us from noon to, I want to say 3, to be on the safe side. Probably going to take at least 3 hours, I would think, to get everybody done, and having those breaks in there like we like to do, the trade windows, just to get away. All right. Just to take a little break, reset your draft board, see what kind of money you got, and then go from there. All right. So we're going to start at 11 a.m. on Sunday. Okay. So make sure you're there on time. I'll see everybody at golf, so we'll talk about it a little bit more then. But 11 o'clock on Sunday is what we're aiming for. Okay. We'll have some drinks. We'll have some, some food there and all that good stuff. So, nothing will be different as far as some of that stuff goes. All right. The setup. All right. When you get there, first of all, we're going to do the best we can to do the social distancing, man. All right. I know I'm hopefully I'm not guilty of it, but like I said before, I'm going to be wanting to dap you guys up and hug you next and say what's going on, man. How you been? All that good stuff. But I think we're going to have to do that from a distance this year, at least to the best of our ability. So when you show up on draft day, hey, you watch it on NBA, man. They show up to the arena. They got their mask on. Let's do it. Okay. If you want to take it off when we're outside doing the draft, that's fine. But I would love, and I think Ben and his wife and Emma would appreciate it if we at least walked in the house with one on. So make sure you got those with you this week, that weekend. 10 days. Whew, I love it. I love it. Hope you're doing some mocks. All right. But anyway, show up with the mask. Make sure you got everything you need. I will have everything that the bare necessities, so to speak. I will have your draft sheet with all the auction values for ESPN for 2020. I will have a roster sheet that you can write down who you've got. And again, I'm bringing the draft board. All right. That beautiful, beautiful color-coded spreadsheet. I will have that. So everybody can kind of look at that, and I'll have that up so you can look at it before the draft also. But again, you have access to that at all times. You can always look at your phone and see that stuff. So you'll show up, mask on. I'll have everything you need. Make sure you got anything extra. If you got a magazine, if you got a printout you want to bring with you, make sure you got it. All right. Because like I said, we're going to try to start on time and get the ball rolling. Okay. I'm doing this on Zoom partly because I can share a screen with you. All right. I sent this out to Ben earlier. I asked for some pictures. I got a mental picture, or a physical picture too, of what the area is going to look like that we're going to draft at. All right. It's going to be outside in the driveway. Looks very spacious. Looks like we got playing room spread out. It's got a nice wall that I can hang a sheet on. and the projector will shine up there. It's going to look good, I think. We just again, it's going to be outside, and but yeah, nothing's going to change. We are going to have seating. We're going to be 6 feet apart. Okay, which honestly, I don't see it being that much different than past drafts. I feel like we were in that theater room. We were pretty spread out, so not a whole lot's changing there. Sit where you'd like to sit, though. All right. If you don't want to sit up beside somebody, 6 feet's too close for you, move to the back, move up, move away. All right. Just make sure you're within distance to be able to see the board and also where I can hear you. Okay. So I'm going to pull up the picture right now and show you what we're looking at. All right. This is half football, half kindergartner drawings. But this is kind of how I envision it being set up. Obviously, the X's are us. We're going to have, as of right now, we've got 10 of us. So I'd love to have about 6 of us in the front, okay, spread out, obviously 6 feet, and then 3 in the back. So I can see everybody. Everybody can see the board. We're going to be close enough where everybody can see. I'm going to have it blown up as big as possible on the sheet or on the projector. So 6 guys right here, 3 on this side, 3 there, 3 in the back. And then me, that'll be the 10th person. And then we've got 4 guys going to be zooming in. All right. So over here, you can see that there is a Zoom laptop. I'm going to have my laptop, and then I got a school laptop that I'm bringing with me that I'll be using for the Zoom or for the people that are zooming in. Okay. That laptop will have a camera. It'll be showing everybody in the picture. So, if you can't see everybody, hopefully at least you can hear everybody. That is my goal. The Zoom, there's going to be hiccups. I've told you that. It just is. It's just part of the deal. But we're going to get through this, and we're going to get it done. All right. I have a speaker that my computer will hook up to, and it's like a Bluetooth speaker. Okay. So I will be hooked up to that. So when you bid, it will come through that speaker. It'll be a little bit louder. It'll be something that I can hear. All right. Now, as far as when we're bidding, guys, listen. All right. And I'll go over this again on draft day. But when we're bidding, you're going to have to say, if you're the Zoom guys, you're going to have to say your name and then the price. Okay. I'm going to have to be able to justify who or determine who said what, because I can't stare at the Zoom and stare at the people bidding out here at the same time. So it's going to be very important that when you make a bid, and I'm going to be patient, okay? I'm going to be patient. When you make a bid, I'll make sure we get the right number out, all right? And then we'll go from there, before we hit the going once, going twice, okay? Lag is something that I can't fix, guys. I can't, I can't make the connection better. I can't do any of that stuff. I'm just not that tech savvy. So if I was you, I'd make sure your router was reset. I would love it if you were on a laptop. Okay. I think everybody was already kind of planning on this weekend. So you should be in a location where you can have a Wi-Fi connection and be on a laptop. All right. I think that's your safest bet. But again, when you're making your bids, make sure that you say your name. All right. Whoever is bidding, say your name and what number. All right. And I will count it, whatever name pops out first, whatever name I hear. And then the number I hear after that is going to be what counts. And we'll go from there. All right. But my biggest thing again is making sure that all bids are heard and we take our time before we start, calling out, going once, going twice. I want to make sure everybody has an opportunity, even if you are not present or at the live draft. Okay. Over here in the back, I've got some tents. I drew those in hopes and prayers that somebody out of 14 of us has a tent. I do not personally have one. Again, those are kindergarten tents. That one, the leg's a little short, but anyway, I'm hoping one of y'all got a tent, or maybe if 2 of you do, that'd be great too. That way we can have some shade out there. I looked at the weather. Obviously, it's 10 days out, but the weather looks good. I think it's, going to be sunny. It's probably going to be warm, but having a tent that we can maybe sit up under, some of us anyway, we can rotate chairs and all that stuff, but having a tent to give us some shade would be great, especially during the breaks. being able to kind of get to some of that, and again, stay separated, but at the same time get some shade and cool off a little bit. I got the coolers iced down. All right, beer and claws, BYOB, bring what you want, and then sanitizer. I'll have a little station over here with hand sanitizer, wipes, stuff like that. AJ is going to provide that stuff for this weekend. I talked to him. He's going to bring some stuff from UNC. And so we'll have sanitizer for golf and for the draft. All right. So, again, just touching on some of the logistics. The first name that goes out, Demo, won first nomination in the raffle when we did the lottery. Okay. So he's got first nomination. So whoever he's going to nominate, we're going to say it, and I'm going to make sure I'll repeat it. I'll say it loud so everybody, especially the Zoom guys, can hear me. And then we'll go from there. All right. Talking about some of the bigger names, let's not start it out at $1. Let's start it out at a realistic bottom number. Some of your bigger names, Zeke, Saquon, I know we've talked about it in chat quite a bit, but some of those guys are going to go for quite a bit of money. So starting it at $1 is not, the most efficient way to do it. So make sure you're starting the bid out at a decent number. But honestly, guys, I don't see it being a whole lot different. The only thing is just going to be me making sure, or y'all making sure that I hear you. Okay. If you're live and you're here with me, I would love, and I'm going to need you to raise your hand when you bid. All right. Again, my ear is going to be pointing this way and my ear is going to be pointing that way. So I'm going to need to make sure I see and put a face to a bid, and I can call out the name. Then the people on Zoom will be able to hear me as well. Okay. And they'll know. So first bid is Jerome Bettis. Okay. $20. That's the first nomination. Okay. If somebody in the live part goes 30, all right, raise your hand so I know who it is. All right. So if Zach back here bids on, let's be real, Ben would bid on him. Ben bids on him from back here. I need a hand raise and the number call. Okay. That's all y'all have to say. If you're with me, I can see you. You don't have to say your name. I know who you are. All right. So he would just raise his hand and he would say 30. Okay. And I would say, in my repetitiveness, I would continue to say Ben 30, Ben 30. That way everybody on Zoom knows who, if you can't see, everybody knows who bid that number. Okay. So you know who you're bidding against. Okay. So everybody in the live part, just raise your hand, say the number. If you're on Zoom, I need a name. All right. Got to have a name. Again, the last thing I want to do is cut somebody off. But if I hear a number and I can't determine out of 4 people who it is, then I just can't count it, guys. All right. I can't count it. I don't know who it was, and it'd be a train wreck trying to figure out who bid what. All right. So make sure, say your name. If you're Zoom, raise your hand if you're live. That way I can see and I can hear and I know what it is. Again, it's going to be slower because I'm going to be saying the bid every time it comes out. And I'm going to be saying who bid it. All right. So I'm going to be repeating myself quite a bit. Once it slows down a little bit, I'll get to the the going once, going twice. All right. My word goes, guys. Again, we've always done it that way. I'm going to be as fair as possible. If you know me by now, I ain't never won this league, first of all. But if you know me at all, I ain't going to try to cheat anybody. But at the same time, if I say sold and then I hear a late number come in, okay, that's going to be on my determination. If I feel like you got it in time, then we can go with it. If not, sorry, sold. We're moving on to the next guy. All right. And that's going to be pretty big this year. All right. Again, I will be deliberate. I will make sure I try to hear everybody's bids. But that's just kind of an idea of what I've been thinking about as far as setup and all that stuff goes. I think we can make this work. But again, like I said, it's going to take y'all helping me. It's going to be y'all doing, what I need you to do. And as far as your bidding goes and all that. So help me help you, and let's get through this. Let's get through it. Let's get it over with. Not in a bad way, and not get it over with because it's a hassle. I'm saying get through it and get it done, and then hopefully next year we'll be back in normal times. Okay, fingers crossed for that. So, but anyway, you know, if you got any questions, guys, like I said, I just wanted to make sure you had an idea of how things were going to look. I probably missed out on something, but again, this is First Take Drake, and I don't have anything written down. I just want to give you guys an idea, a heads up. So again, 10 days, guys. Hope you're doing some mocks. Hope you're doing some research and ready to go. Everybody, if you have any questions about the draft board, if you have any questions about money situation, whatever, okay, hit me up. All right, just let me know, and we'll try to get that stuff ironed out. All right, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Golf should be fun. I think everybody's going to be there, which is awesome. You know, looking forward to that, and the setup and all that stuff. I think it's going to be exciting. And you know, Ben talked about putting some money down. I'll put a little side cash down if you want to. You know, it's up to y'all. But anyway, we'll figure that stuff out when we get there. But anyway, love you guys. Appreciate you. Again, we're gonna get through it. And again, if you got questions, man, just holler at me. Later.